Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, celebrating 15 years of bringing comfort to you. Healing Realty, call RJ Kielty, they'll get your system working to cool you down. And if fixing a leak is what you seek, RJ Kielty service is the best around. RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, over 50 years of bringing comfort to you.
Sorry, guys, we can't really hear the jingles, but we just know it's a great song that was.
We cannot start the podcast like this.
Produced.
What in the world?
Anyways, episode 22.
Yep, 22.
Kielty's Corner.
It is.
We have a very magical person here. Very magical.
She is magical.
Yeah.
She's very magical.
A River Ridge alumni.
Yeah.
Go Knights.
So,
Go Knights.
listen. I don't know. No,
Go Knights. Jackie here, and we are talking
Hi.
photography.
Yeah,
Magical Memories. So
that's what I do.
that's what you do. So let's start out.
All right, that's it. I'll see you guys
All right,
later.
guys. Fun podcast. but-
Okay. This is Magical Memories,
Just
Miss
kidding.
Jackie. Yes, she's
Yeah.
a photographer, but she is a woman of integrity. She is an awesome human being. She gives back to the community in so many ways. She has a 501c3, which a lot of people don't know about, which she will talk about that today. She's been invited all over the country to actually teach photography and marketing tactics of photography as well. She deserves a great intro. She's an awesome human being. Jackie,
Megan.
take it away.
That's what I meant. By the way.
Tanner's like, ditto.
and scene.
Ditto.
I am an actor.
No,
I'm
but
joking.
let's talk about Magical Memories. What really got you into photography?
I would say my daughter, when my little one was about 2 years old, I started doing photos of her. My dad was a film director, and he gave me a camera, and he was like, "You need this. Like, you have a child, take beautiful photos." And I was like, "Okay. I mean, I have a cell phone. Why do I need this?" But then I decided to pick it up. So that's kind of how it started. And then I would take photos of her, and they were different. Like we love Disney. We love magic. We were very into, like, my daughter really loved Peter Pan. So I wanted to capture the essence of her childhood of Disney. So we would go to Disney parks. I would take photos of her with the characters just for fun. And then my friends were like, "Wait a minute, like, we love this. Like, nobody does it in this area." And I was living, of course, in this area at the time. I was born in Chicago, but my family moved to California. We lived in Beverly Hills while my dad was in the film industry, but then moved to Florida because my dad got hired on Captain Kangaroo, which is so random.
pretty
That's
cool.
awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah.
So he was working at Universal at the time, and he was commuting back and forth from Beverly Hills to, and my parents are both entrepreneurs. My mom is a creative writer. If you've ever seen that commercial of the tomatoes jumping in the Heinz bottle, that was my mom. Or the Tropicana with the straw in the orange, that was my mom. So I come from an amazing creative background of people. My dad did film, commercial. Are you on your phone while I'm talking?
I'm sending
That is
notes.
so rude.
I'm sending stuff. What?
I'm sharing.
What the hell? I'm sharing it to the
No,
hub.
this is the part of the fun part where we get to
Never
tease
mind. I
Megan.
take that all back. She's abusive, verbally and clearly physically. You saw her just hit my knee.
Just kidding.
Cut that real quick.
Go for it. So anyway, I had a very magical childhood myself. I was in commercials and film, and I wanted to capture that. My parents did a great job of capturing my childhood. And I watched my parents from a very young age just bust their ass. Like, am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. People usually don't hear me say bad
Yeah.
words because I'm mostly like always around a lot of
Oh,
children.
Reagan
so,
says them all the time.
but I'm very passionate about my
Yes.
family. My mom and dad are my rock, and I watched them from a very young age do all the things. Buy a home as a small business, which was really difficult. Rented for a long time. My parents flying back and forth. My mom living in Chicago half the year. Like, my dad, bringing me on film sets, and me getting to learn about lighting and gaffing and all this cool stuff. And then, so I was actually, I have a minor in education and a master's in history. I was working in the political field, historian, teacher. I was dabbling a little bit here and there. I knew I loved history, and I wanted to continue to capture historical moments of some kind.
That's
And
cool.
even though I have a degree from USF, and I always say to kids out there who are dabbling in photography or any kind of trade, still go to school, go to college. It made me a better business owner, 110%. But I still knew I wanted to capture history in a moment in time of some point, even though like I'm technically a historian. Now I get to capture it in photography, which is kind of cool.
That
So
is cool.
it just kind of started from there. And then we saw a lot of photography boom in this area. When I started, there wasn't a ton of photographers in the area. I knew I had to stand out because family photography in a bush was the thing. That was it.
Yep.
Let's go to a field. Here's the yellow fields. Everybody had
And
a
a
yellow
bush.
field in a bush. And I knew like that was boring. No offense. Like I love me some trees and fields, but like that wasn't me. I wanted, don't laugh at me. I wanted to capture more for families like my parents did for me. My dad, I remember as a kid, my dad building me a small world set in my room because I loved It's a Small World so much. Like I remember him like literally and my
That's
grandfather
wild.
building a camel and a pyramid in my bedroom from It's a Small
This
World.
now you know why she texts the way she texts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You were engulfed in
I
that
truly
atmosphere.
was.
Well, I didn't even know your parents' background. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So like for me, I wanted to capture that for my daughter. I wanted
Mhm.
her to have the amazing childhood that I had and the magic that I surrounded myself in. So I started building sets. And then it got cool. Like people were like, that's cool. That's magical. That's interesting. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a business. I'm
I
going
was
to
about
go
to say,
for it.
did it start? Was it like a side hustle thing, like dabbling into it, or did you say full
You
bore?
know, again, a little more personal information. My daughter was diagnosed with something called pandas.
Mhm.
It's a pediatric autoimmune disease. She spiked 104 fever as an infant. We dealt with her being sick all the time. So at that point, um, we were poor. Like I'm just
Mhm.
gonna be honest. Like my husband and I were living off his income. I was completely staying home with her because she was so sick. Like
Mhm.
it was doctor appointments. We got her tonsils removed, her adenoids removed. She was getting spinal taps. Like, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine having a child. Like, my daughter has what she has, and she's a rock star. Like, we got her into horseback riding because of it for therapy for her tics. But like, you would never know. She was such a happy kid,
Mhm.
but it took everything out of me. I had to step away from the political stuff. I had to step away from even working at that point. And so photography, it was either all or nothing. I wasn't gonna do it as a side hustle. I was
Mhm.
gonna do it.
Yeah, I love that.
And I as a photographer always I do get a little like, let's not side hustle this.
Yeah.
You're either a photographer and you're gonna put everything in it and you're not gonna charge $50 and
Mhm.
shoot in a bush.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it and you're gonna make it your whole life, or don't do it. Let people who are fully into this and invested and don't have a full-time job, let them have that moment. Let them.
Mhm.
And I don't want to discourage it, because if your side hustle is making extra cash for your family, great, but then step away from everything else and let it be who you are,
Yeah.
because
All
you
in or nothing.
are capturing people's memories and their life and everything. So, as a photographer, like I was either like, I'm going to go for this or I'm not going to do it. Like when I started, I was like all in. And my first photo shoot ever was the clothesline photo shoot that now is so popular.
Mhm.
Now everybody does it. I truly love to think that maybe I was one of the first. I hung all my daughter's little princess dresses up on a clothesline, and I dressed her up as like Cinderella washing her clothes. And it went
That
nuts.
is
How long ago was that?
9 years ago.
So she did it first, folks. Okay, other photographers. Boom, boom. All right, go ahead. Finish that.
So
No,
9
that's
years
awesome.
ago,
Honestly, that is cool.
and then one of my really beautiful, amazing friends, she's such a great human, my friend Ginny, owned a princess company. And so I was like, why don't we combine the things we love and bring this to Newport Richey? So then we did the clothesline with Cinderella herself and the kids, and people went nuts. And that's when I knew, okay, I've got to do this. Like, Then we started doing photos on the beach with mermaids. And that was my second big photo shoot 9, 10 years ago. I think we're thinking like 2016 at this point. Because my daughter was like maybe 3 or 4, and she's going to be 12 this summer. So we started doing mermaid photo shoots at the beach, again, utilizing the natural resources that I had because I couldn't afford to have a studio. I was using my parents' property. I
Mhm.
was using the beach. I was trying to get out of the box. And I would bring little props and tails, and we would dress the kids up. And we would just have a great time. We would bring Ariel to make it again different because there were other photographers doing mermaid sessions, but not with Ariel, not the
Yeah.
princess. Um, and I knew then and there was like, here's what photographers are missing is the experience.
Mhm.
I want this to be an experience for these kids. Again, bringing back to my childhood and my parents giving me all these magical experiences. Again, wanting to bring that to my own daughter and now bring it to all of my daughter's friends and my family and my loved ones and my friends, like wanting them to experience that magic as well. So
Yeah, so
then,
it's not only taking the pictures, which those last a lifetime. It's the
right.
core memories that, hey, I was with Ariel, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
have little
people pay a lot
girls.
of money to go to Disney and
Yeah.
have breakfast. I did, have breakfast with Mickey or whatever.
I just
And
did
this is
a
you're doing it here.
I did a 16th birthday photos the other day, and she goes, Miss Jackie, do you remember when I was a mermaid? And I was like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh,
That's good.
like how cool that
Mhm.
she doesn't like the photos are great, but she remembers sitting on that beach in that mermaid tail 10 years ago.
That's
And now,
that's what it's
now
about.
she's 16, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my babies are growing up. Like these kids have grown with me over time just as much as my own daughter. Like I have newborns that are now in middle school. Like it's
Mhm.
just crazy to feel like how quick it goes
In a blink.
in a blink. So like that really started it, and then from there I thought back to my daughter being sick and being in the hospital. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, this was hard. Like we lived in the hospital for almost a year trying to figure out diagnosing her with what was going on with her and her pandas and the pediatric autoimmune and her getting like sick all the time. She always had croup. She was
Mhm.
always like fluid in her lungs. It was a nightmare. And as I was there, I was seeing children going through so much worse than we were. Cancer, terminal illness. And I was like, man, I get emotional just thinking about it. If I could take these experiences that we do with these princesses and now bring it to these sick children, and that is what blossomed into Magical Missions.
Mhm.
So I was like, I had a purpose on this earth to not only bring memories and magic and photography to everybody, but now I found my purpose, which was to help kids who are going through the unimaginable and families. And there's children, I mean, again, doing this for probably Magical Missions, Ginny and I started about 8 years ago. And that, I mean, we have children that we've lost. And it's so hard to think about it. But every year when those parents, I'm gonna get emotional talking about it. I won't cry.
Mhm.
So Reagan will make fun of me. Um,
I really won't.
he's the scapegoat.
I really
No,
won't.
but like
Mhm.
every year when those parents post anything about it's their birthday or the anniversary of their passing, it's my photos. And that just gets me every time.
Mhm.
Like I remember the first little boy that we did lose, a Finn, and his mama every year posts the photos of him and Spider-Man. Every gala they do, it's photos of Finn and Spider-Man because she said that was the moment he was the happiest. He put all his sickness aside just for that moment to have those pictures with Spider-Man. Because it's amazing what kids can do when they're sick. They will come out of their shell for a princess. Cinderella's your idol.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, you don't have cancer right now. You're just a kid seeing Cinderella
Mhm.
and getting your photos taken. And I get to capture that. So for me, like it was so much of a bigger thing for me. And that's really what Magical Memories and Gem Character Celebrations coming together to build magical missions. And that then also has blossomed into doing fine art sessions. Or I did photos for a beautiful mama last month who's battling stage 4 cancer. And all she wanted was a photo shoot. And the best thing ever was it was either the Hub or Trinity Chat. Everyone was tagging me
Mhm.
because they know I'll do it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much I make or how busy I am or if I'm, the number one photographer in this area or whatever it is. The fact that people are tagging me to do a free photo shoot for somebody's end of life is the most beautiful thing I could ever ask for. Like, yes, I love getting jobs and I love getting referrals, but the fact that I've made myself a name
Mhm.
of that means more to me than anything I could have asked for. So,
You are a genuine facilitator of people in need. I can't tell you how many legitimate. I mean, we won't go into it too much because she's a private person, but I will tell you that she will reach out and say, "Hey, can we help these individuals?"
yeah.
And she'll
A
do it
lot.
privately,
Yes.
and it's awesome, you know. And that's what you do. You connect the right people, just like we would do with marketing or business. You do
Yeah.
that with children in need, and you are genuine with that. I can 100% say that, and then that's why people see that in you, and it's awesome, Jackie. You're not just a photographer. You're a photographer of the people, if you will. It's pretty awesome and genuine. So I want to give
Yeah,
you that
that's
public
well, thank you. I
shout out.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
My mom is Jewish, so we always have something in the Jewish religion called a mitzvah. And what it is it's a good deed.
Mhm.
It's like a rite of passage of the Jewish religion that you are doing a mitzvah. And I always my mom, she cracks me up because anytime somebody posts something about, oh, look what Jackie did, my mom just comments mitzvah.
Yeah.
Because my mom
No, I'll recognize that. I never saw that.
my
That's funny.
mom and dad both are just like the most incredible people in the world, and I watched them growing up doing good for other people. And I think that we instill that in our children, and
For sure.
when we leave this earth, it's great to have money, it's great to have a business and everything, but what are you leaving behind that is a lasting memory on somebody? And that's what I remember, is pictures are forever. So I love getting to have my kids come to me for the Easter Bunny and Santa and fine art sessions and all the things we do. But I think about, like, those are going to be their memories. Like, they're going to look back when I'm gone someday and be like,
Mhm.
Miss Jackie did these for me. And they're adults. And like, so as somebody who has a history degree and as a historian, like, I found the perfect niche of something that I can leave my historical imprint on this world. And I would say, with being a photographer, I love people. So I knew going into this was a perfect passion for me because I get to travel, I get to meet new people. I work for National Horseman Magazine, so I travel all over for doing photos with horses and horse shows, and I get to do that. And then I work for Kid Fash Magazine, so I'll travel with that, do my teachings and stuff. But really, it always brings me back home. Like, I love this area. Grew up here.
Yeah.
Tanner and I both
Yeah.
grew up here. You grew up here too. Did you grow up here too? She's like,
She's an outcast.
I'm
it's
from
okay.
Tampa.
We welcome you with open arms. My daughter and
Close
I
enough.
ride.
Yeah.
My daughter and I ride horses. We snorkel, scuba, boating. Like, I always come back here because this area has my heart. It has all the things I love in one area. I can drive 15 minutes down the road to our horse farm, big open pastures in Odessa and Keystone area, and then I can drive the other 15 minutes down the road. I'm in Tarpon doing pictures with mermaids on the ocean. So this place always brings me back to feeling of love and home and giving back to my community. So I tend to pour a lot into my community and help a lot of people around me, just because I feel like when we help each other, and I help other photographers too. I just helped a photographer the other day, lent her a prop for something she needed. Like, we're a community, it's not a competition. My clients do not go to other people. I'm very thankful for that. They've been bringing me. I had a mama this weekend, actually brought her daughter to the Easter Bunny session, and she made a collage of 6 years of Easter Bunny, and I got all emotional. I was like, oh my gosh. And
That's
like,
cool.
she was a baby and now she's a 7-year old. So it's so cool that my clients continue to come back to me and love me. And if I have a child in need that needs something, that's fighting a terminal illness, my clients and I have a private photography group of just my clients. We'll rally together. We do 12 days of Christmas every year. We pick a child in need in the community and 12 businesses. We all get together and my clients bid on it. And it's very private. It's not, I don't blast it everywhere. It's just for my clients. Because I believe in building a community within your own business as well. And you've done a great job with that. A lot of people, you've done great things with, like, the horse,
Giddy
the
Up Ranch.
giddy
Yeah,
up.
Kitty Up Ranch just last week. I was bringing, like, you talked about that being like therapeutic,
Yeah.
and just seeing that,
It's
with
the
your own
best.
eyes,
It's
like,
the best.
it is. You would never think like riding a horse could do something like that and
I
really
probably
help
wouldn't
people,
ride my
and it
daughter's
does.
horse for therapy
Yeah,
because she's a little psycho.
I still know how you can
But
get
for
a horse
my
to walk like
daughter,
that.
like, he has been such a huge confident boost. We bought my daughter a pony, and he's a Hackney pony, so he was born with a very high step, and he's very hard to ride. Like, but he has been a huge confidence boost for my daughter. She, definitely has felt in the past that, because of her tics and stuff that, she felt like something was wrong with her, and she has come out of it and has a straight A student. Like, I couldn't be
Good.
any more proud of my baby. She is just the most incredible human I've ever met. And I look and I'm like, I did that. I did that because I, as a parent, show her how to be kind and loving to other people. And it is so important as parents that we set good examples.
That's what we're
Like,
missing.
go out there and do things for your community as small business owners. Like, I can't preach that enough. If you're a small business owner and you're super busy, everybody always jokes like, Jackie, I don't know anybody who's as busy as you are. Like, Reagan and I were just talking about this, about how being a small business owner can be very lonely sometimes, especially if you don't work in a beautiful environment like you've created. It's just us. Reagan's his person, I'm my person. Like, there is nobody else. Yes, I have my amazing hair and makeup girl that I work with, or the princess company I work with. But when it comes down to the end of the day and I'm editing or doing taxes, it's me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my husband helps with taxes because that's a hot mess. He's a financial analyst. God bless him for that. But, like, at the end of the day, our family is our backbone, because being a small business owner can be very lonely sometimes. And,
Indeed.
so get out there and do things for the community, like Halloween we do every year. I look forward to it sometimes.
Yeah, let's give a shout out for that.
Yeah, shout out for
Number
that.
one, Tanner sponsoring for all these
Yeah.
years, and number two, Jackie coming out originally, literally on the path, and then just singing over and over again, losing her voice, using her.
I'm about to say, yeah, she
like
I couldn't.
Voice gone.
Yeah,
every year.
Worth
every
it.
year.
I get to actually like torture children. Like, it's great.
Last year, she almost didn't do it. I'm like, Jackie, please come back. I'm like, I won't put you in this. We'll put you on stage. We'll make it different.
I was stressing out because we actually had a horse show that same weekend as Halloween. So I was like, how can I make this work? So we went to the horse show on Friday morning, drove back. Then we woke up, drove back to the horse show Saturday morning, came back and did it again.
That's
it was,
dedication.
but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. Like, I love dressing up like the Sanderson sisters. I feel like and
Jenny's there too, and she's
oh
my God,
Jenny, man, with her vacuum, man. She'll come get you.
She did the lip
Yeah,
thing the whole time. She doesn't break character the entire night. It's
she's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun night. I get to hang out with all my friends and feel like I'm part of something, because, like, as a small business owner, like, oh, hey, Brent, I see Brent commenting. I also work
tons of
comments.
Brent's like, don't forget what you do for me. So on top of photography, I also
Thomas.
teach musical theater. Speaking of, like, hocus pocus, so Tanner knew growing up I was always on stage and singing and performing, and back to that magicalness of spreading love and the arts and all that stuff. I teach a musical theater class at Suncoast Gymnastics.
Nice.
And we bring the girls, the dance team, we bring them to dance on stage. So it's just, again, like, being part of a community. And I love that all my little kiddos that I teach at dance come see me for photo shoots. Like,
and you have them involved too with our Halloween, right? As well.
Yeah,
I forgot that you do that
The
too.
kids are
Yeah,
there.
you do so much.
She does a lot.
Listen,
I feel inadequate. I'm leaving this.
you got to come teach musical theater, Reagan.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will. Sure.
No, it's the best. Like, Brent knows I do it because I genuinely love the kids. Like, kids are my place. I get along sometimes better with children than I do adults, because I just feel like they're so open to magic and believing, and, like, that's everything that I stand for. Is like, I have kids that come say, they're like, Miss Jackie, is he the real Santa? And I'm like, it's more fun to believe, isn't it? They're like, you're right. And the best ever was Santa.
That's a great response, by the way.
It is.
That's a great response.
Santa also works at Busch Gardens. So I try very hard to make sure that I work with the best of the best people. Because to me, these are your children. So there's, I always make sure the girls that even we have, hopefully, no, there's no little ears right now, but our princesses, I'll just say that, also work at Magic Kingdom. Like, we are very lucky
that's cool.
to have the best people in the industry to make this magic, because I'm not going halfsies.
We're
going all in.
Character. Well, you could be Gaston.
Yeah. No one. Listen, with this podcast.
She'll break into music immediately right now.
I don't know. He'd have to shave the beard. I don't know how Erica would like that.
That's right.
Very much.
That's right. You can be the guy for yoo-hoo.
Big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout.
Oh man, frozen sessions. It's
Really?
going
I'll
down.
be Sven.
Abby Olaf.
Reindeer smell better than people.
Be the
Perfect.
gingerbread guy.
I'll be Wreck-It Ralph. I'm good.
I wouldn't go. Look at us. You go a little Kristoff, we got this. No, but I do feel like, we go all in. So I had a little girl that came to see me for Santa, and then her family just went to Busch Gardens, and she came back in the New Year's to get photos with me for something. She goes, Miss Jackie, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what? She goes, I saw Santa at Busch Gardens. He really is the real one. And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
oh, like those are the things, those are the
That's cool.
moments that I'm just like, oh, I just love my job so much. Like, it really is like we can put ourselves on this pedestal that we're the best in the industry. Like, well, no, we are always learning. We always have something to learn. But if I can give recommendation for anybody out there, trying to get into photography or do photography, like find your niche. Don't do all the things. You don't need to do boudoir and then next week take a picture of a kid smashing a cake on the same chair.
And you've always been like that. You know what I
I've
mean?
always
Like,
been that
because
way.
sometimes people are like, oh, do you do newborns? Do this? You're like, no.
Nope.
This is
Nope.
what I specialize in. I'm
my
gonna put
friend
all my
Rita,
efforts.
I'm gonna shout her out. My friend Rita is an amazing newborn photographer. My friend Alicia Tate, amazing newborn
God
photographer.
bless her. Those are tough.
I say those girls, I mean, Rita has been doing this for 20 plus years, and she has done it in hospitals. She's gone to training, CPR, like do the things that you have to do to be the best in your niche. If boudoir is your thing, you get it, girl. That is not my thing. I am like, to me, like I don't do weddings. I send those off to other people. I don't really do sports photography. I don't do a lot of events unless it's like something that is like that I know, or that I did the Tim Tebow event last year,
Awesome.
and I
And she
haven't-
brought me back an autograph
I
helmet.
did. I did.
She's my friend.
I
She might
did.
yell at me at Halloween and say the things she really wants about me, but
He was so sad. He's like, I want to go so bad and I can't.
I go,
was
can I
like,
be your bodyguard?
I was like, I'm gonna surprise him with it. And Tim Tebow was incredible, and he gave me the best compliment. He took my business card. He goes, "You were great to work with." He goes, "You were efficient. You were fast. You were getting people in and out, so we had enough time." And he's like, "You were great." And then I got to do this year. I get to do Tony Dungy,
That's
so
awesome.
I'm excited for
Tony's
that.
the man,
Yeah,
too.
Tony's great.
We got some comments there. You got to hit them.
Yeah, let's hit the comments.
I mean, we got
Yeah.
Old
Old Thomas,
Holcomb.
Aqua Blue.
Let's get it,
What's
Aqua
up?
Blue.
Let's get
Just
it.
get the tattoo, Thomas, because that's your.
Please.
Thomas was
can
like, I
we-
need headshots.
that's
So Thomas,
Yeah.
let's go.
What else you got?
Bree, love you, woman.
Mm.
You were my first and only family
Oh.
photographer.
I
That's
was I
awesome.
took her daughter's photos. Bree, I think we did your daughter's photos 2016 probably. She was one of my first clients. And now I do go to her horse barn and do photos for her and her horses and stuff. So it's
Oh,
just
that's
full
awesome.
circle. Yeah. It's great. I love her.
Crystal, we love you, Jackie.
Aw, I love you
Yeah.
too, Crystal. Been taking her baby's pictures since they were newborns, and now Crystal just had a baby. And like it's just crazy that like now her oldest, who was a baby, is now the oldest. Like
Yeah.
it just goes so fast.
What else we got?
Jer Smith, bro. How exciting. I can't wait to hear Jackie's story and how she's been able to, can't see the bottom part of it, but
Capture so
you.
many special
yeah,
moments
yeah, there you
through
go.
her lens. I definitely won't miss this episode.
Oh,
That's
thanks.
thank you. Jennifer
Tiger.
Tiger, she takes such amazing pictures. Yes, she does.
Thanks, Jennifer.
She takes great care of our family. What else we got? Oh, Dee.
Hey,
Amazing.
Dee.
She's running around like crazy. Dee does an amazing
Always.
job.
And still, and Dee, even though she's running like crazy, always takes time to comment and love on everybody's
Yeah,
stuff.
she
She's a
does.
great
Dee's
human.
We
amazing.
love you, Dee.
Energizer Bunny.
Halloween.
Dan Dwyer.
Oh, hey, Dan.
How you
River
doing,
Ridge.
Dan?
Oh, Dan, you want to do the 20-year reunion? We'll put you in charge.
I heard Jackie's the.
Jackie
No,
is.
don't start. Don't start, Tanner. It's all you, bud.
Jackie's got it. Don't worry, guys.
Fun fact, Tanner and I ran a marine biology club when we
Mhm.
were in high school
Yeah.
together. And
Mhm.
Tanner genuinely like is still the sweetest human. Like he was so nice to me in high school. And like I was the only girl in the marine biology club. I was the only one who cared
Thank
about
you.
fish as much
Nerds.
as yeah,
Nerds.
fully.
Just kidding.
Fully.
Did you guys see the dolphin?
say earlier?
What did she say earlier? She's like, I love fish.
Look at the turtle.
I like
I'm
turtles.
kidding. I like
I
turtles.
wonder what Reagan was doing.
Reagan was like, hardcore, hardcore, football, hardcore.
I apologize.
Sorry.
I probably was that guy.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
probably
but I
putting
have
dye in
really
the
nice
fish tank.
friends who were football players too. Like
Mhm.
we had a good Mod Podge of a class, but like we definitely were a bunch of nerds fishing and
Yeah.
finding plankton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up. It was a great time.
Did you guys?
Shout out to Mr. Leonard.
Yeah.
You're out there. Love you, Mr. Leonard.
Did you go to the? Did you guys go on the?
Heck
What's it called? To the
yeah.
tour?
We did, and we would get plankton and then we'd bring it back and we'd
Did you guys see that anemone? It was.
anemone.
Like clownfish
Okay.
we were
We-
talking about.
We were breeding clownfish in the
Were you
classroom.
really?
Yeah. It was a cool club, man.
What did you do with them at the end of the year?
I don't know. Rest
poor-
in peace.
Down the
Poor little
toilet.
clownfish.
No,
Freaking
Mr.
Nemo.
Leonard. Mr. Leonard kept them in his classroom. He was awesome. He had tons of fish tanks. Like
Come
we had the
summer, he was
coolest-
selling them.
He did
on
have a lot
the-
of
He probably
Yeah.
was.
They all
He
had
was selling
names.
It's a side hustle.
$300.
He's like, I bring the kids in.
They're
they breed the
genetically
fish, I
modified
sell them in the
clownfish.
summer.
All right.
So anyway,
What else we
Tanner
got?
and I have known
There's
each other
Brent.
for a
There's
very
Brent.
long time.
The
Hi,
legend.
Brent.
How awesome! What a great group.
Listen,
Thank you,
Brent,
Brent.
I am like the worst
Fire.
employee ever, though. Like being a small business owner for 10 years, and thank God, like Brent and Tanya have embraced me being a hot mess. I'm like, I didn't clock in again.
We need a new system.
I'm
Why are
like,
we
Brent,
still clocking in? It's 2025, Brent.
Brent, I can't find my W-2. So being a small business owner of 10 years has been hard to go back into having clock-ins. They love me though. They embrace my mess of a
Your
self.
mess.
So he's laughing at me. He knows.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, Jackie.
They're good people, though.
They are.
Paula said,
She never
sleeps.
That is true.
Literally, I think the editing part.
Mm.
Do you just do that up till late
That
at night, or
that
when
is one thing I pride myself on. My editing is 1 to 2 days. Even like,
you do it pretty rapidly. Because
Yeah.
you went into the headshots. I'm getting them pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
yeah, like my editing turnaround is either like you're not even home yet
Mhm.
and you've got them in your email,
Yeah.
or at least give me a day. But I am my thing when I went into photography was a couple things I didn't like, and I'm gonna get so roasted if there's photographers watching. But guess what? It works for me. So don't come for me, Tampa Bay Photography Moms Group. They kicked me out.
They kicked you
They
out.
kicked me out.
We're calling them out on RJ Kielty. You heard it here first, folks.
I got
What'd you
I got
do?
kicked out because I give my
You were too
clients
good.
I give my clients all the unedited images.
So,
That is a big no-no
so
in
you
the
give the
photography
raw.
world.
You give the raw,
Why?
and you're
I
getting.
give the raw images, but I'll tell you why. As a mom myself, there were 3 things I didn't like. Number one, all the sessions were back then when there wasn't a big influence of photographers. They were $500 to $1,000 for a photo shoot, and they were hours long.
Mhm.
I was like, my kid having what she had, like there's just no way.
Yeah,
I
there's no way I'm
waited
sitting there for
months to get my images back.
Mhm.
And then I got the images back, and they were none of the ones I really loved.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to change the industry. I'm going to charge cheap
Mhm.
enough that I still make good amount of money, and all the people around me who are helping me make a good amount of money, my hair and makeup girl, my
Through
everybody,
efficiency though.
efficiency,
She
Yes.
meant
Quick.
value. She meant value,
Yes.
not cheap. Value.
quick, because kids only have so much patience.
Mhm.
20-minute sessions. I'm going to get them their photos back while it's still exciting and fun, and we're happy and excited and we want to see those photos. And then I'm going to give them the pictures of their kid picking their nose,
That's awesome.
because that's their kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're not my photos. They're not my family. I don't want those images. I want you to have them. And as a business owner who I feel my business is efficiency and creating those memories. So what are those 2 things together? I'm going to pick the images for you that I edit. You're going to get the unedited, I call them bloopers.
Mhm.
You get the unedited images, bloopers. These are your memories, your kids picking the nose or smacking their brother,
That's what they're gonna
whatever.
remember the most too.
That
once
may
they
not
see
be the one that you put on the canvas, but let me
Yeah.
tell you, the one of him backhanding her brother was one of my clients' favorite photos
Yeah.
ever. Those are your memories.
So wait, so in your industry, that's just a no-no.
That's a
It's
big
an
no-no.
unsaid.
Correct.
I don't
And
get why they would
So
be
wait,
so
so you
offended
have
for
this
that.
like bond within all the photography, like we don't do that, guys. We don't send
Correct.
that. Wow.
So because they look at it as like you're sending, unedited workout, or you're not able to upcharge. Like I'm just ready to move on. Like
Yeah, but you stand out. So what?
I don't want
Mm.
to wait 2 weeks for, Susie to pick her edits, and then I try to upsell the images and just charge her
No,
a sitting
yeah.
fee. It's $200. You get 8 images and all the unedited. See you later next year.
Love it.
Bye.
I
And then guess what? They keep coming back.
yes.
And that is my business. That is my business. It's what works for my clients. It's what my clients love. Doesn't work for everybody. I'm not saying it's wrong
Mhm.
either. Like, that's the thing, is like, we can all coexist and do what's best for our business. But in the photography world, giving the unedited images is unheard of. It's not a good thing. And maybe, you know what, if I 8 or 9 years ago, when I really dabbled and got into this as a full-time business, maybe I would have changed things a little bit. But guess what? Now it is who I am, and I pride myself on it. I don't think it is a negative thing. I think we all have to do what our clients want. Your clients are your biggest cheerleaders. They're your family. You would give your family the unedited images.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give it to her. She's my sister. Well, because you love them. I love my clients.
Yeah.
Want them to have their memories.
Yep.
I personally feel that memories are priceless. So if you're going to pay me $200 to do a photo of your daughter as Wednesday Addams, because that's what
Mhm.
she loved
Mhm.
when the Wednesday Addams show was out, I'm going to still give you the unedited ones of her laughing. In between takes, we're doing and then I got the,
Yeah.
I love those photos.
See-
Why would you not want the mom to have
see,
that?
You went to what actually the customers want.
Yeah.
They want something that's quick.
Mhm.
They want something that's reasonable. They
Mhm.
want the edited stuff, but they also want the
Yep.
real stuff. And instead of photographers, from what I see, trying to dictate
Mhm.
what you want, you're
Correct.
actually know what the customers
Yep.
want. And that's what I want too.
what's
I don't
your
want
top tier, like the Mac Daddy package.
I would say Mother's Day,
Yeah.
only because I put so much love into Mother's Day, because as moms, we do not get behind the camera enough. So I go all out. I buy dresses for the moms, outfits for the kids, do charcuterie boards, mimosas, a hair, makeup artist, and
Oh,
rent out a
that's cool.
studio. We go all out. Those are actually this weekend. Because I think there's a lot of moms who look forward to that every single year. They just want that moment with their children,
They
with
want-
their babies.
And you only
yeah,
have so many
they
years
want
to
the
capture
pictures,
that.
but then you're also pampering them at the same time. So it makes it like an actual cool thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A fun
And-
thing to do,
And
not
even
just like,
then, like,
oh,
my
I gotta take
clients
pictures.
know, like, I'm walking on eggshells, because I'm like, "Oh, I charge them this much. Like, I
Mhm.
want the mom who's a single mom to be able to afford this,
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, Melissa Infante, I'm just gonna shout her out from the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
Crown and Comb, my hair and makeup girl, charges barely anything, because she sees value in me as well. She will come in
Love
and
that.
say, okay, I'm going to charge them this, Jackie. We're going to cut a little corners, maybe if they can just come in with their foundation on, then I'll do eyes and lips and hair, so that I don't have to charge that a lot. She works with me because I just want my clients, everybody, to be able to enjoy it. So I think Mommy and Me was 400. So that's probably about like the
Mhm.
most I charge, because I have to rent a studio space,
Mm.
because my own personal studio is made more for like smaller sessions. So
Mhm.
with Mommy and Me, we have to have space for bathroom, hair and makeup, all that stuff. But like, I also could just do a $200 photo shoot at a field with mom too. Like, we can always go back to basics. I always say, never be scared to go back to your roots. If like business is slow and you're just like, what is not working? Go back to plumbing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, not that
Yeah.
you have to, because your business is doing wonderfully, but sometimes it's okay to go back to our roots of princesses or whatever we started with, or construction. Like you did, you went back to your roots, and now look,
Yeah.
So it's okay to step out of what you're doing to go back to basics, and then you can build yourself back up. I always feel like I rework my business every year. Every year I do something new and big and exciting
Yeah.
to
You
keep
have
the
to.
energy up.
Yes. The people that are just idle are the people that are, you're either going up or you're going down. So if you
Like,
stay
I'm
idle,
sorry,
you're
but
going down.
boho sessions only last for so long.
Yeah.
They're already kind of
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So find something cool, find your niche, find something new and exciting to do.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You should have your own podcast.
She's amazing. I'm not gonna. She's amazing.
I mean, she's right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you would be great at it. I
I've
think you're
done
very
some
engaging.
not only
podcasts.
photography, just business. I mean, what
Yeah.
you're saying it relates to other businesses that are
Mhm.
listening to
100%.
this. Like, you know what
Oh,
I
I
mean?
love-
Go back
love
to
my small
your
businesses.
basics. Go back to your foundation. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? rebuild off that if
I
you got off
love
track.
I love collaborating. Like, and that's why I personally got into the hub years ago, because I love being able to say, we're going to do a Princess and Me session. I'm working with this dress designer, this cookie company, this princess company, this hair and makeup. And then we all get a little piece of the pie. But the beautiful part is we're coming together. So now all of my cookie ladies people are seeing my photos and all so work together. You don't have to isolate yourself so much as a photographer, even just in any business. Like, work with each other, like pools. Find a sunscreen company to team up with, or just get out of the box.
I love that.
Live life, get out of the box, travel, see the world, and do your thing. But remember to like come back home and love on the people that are in your community. It's definitely a big thing.
You just ended that. That was good. That was
I'm
fantastic.
too far away.
That was fantastic.
Well, what else we got in comments?
Let's see.
Well, Dan,
Dan Dry.
Dan's saying he'll do the high school reunion. So all right, I'm putting him in the group chat.
I would like to see
Put
both
him
of
in
you
the
at
group
the high
chat.
school reunion. Both of you are amazing. Who else we got? Was it a Pods? With Dan Dwyer again?
Great.
I saw that already.
Yeah.
Saw that one.
Adding Dan
Is
to
that
the
it?
group chat for the high
Is that
school
it?
reunion.
That's all of them, Jesse? There's no more, Jesse? Come on, man. Where's the comments? All right. Well, Taylor, why don't you tell us what we got going on this coming week?
absolutely, which actually could be a good little spinoff for you. You know, little coupons for photography in there. But we are having a charity kickball tournament / egg drop event. It is on April 19th. We are still accepting sponsors for eggs. So how that works is if you're a local business owner, you contact me. There's no like vendor charge for you guys. You just pay for the eggs that you're going to be sponsoring. Put whatever you want in there. You want to throw candy, throw candy. I am encouraging business owners to put in coupons or put in business cards, something fun that kind of
With the
ties.
candy.
Yeah, with the candy.
With the
We
They'll
don't
love
want a
you
kid
even more.
opening up a coupon and they're like,
We
oh.
don't,
Mommy.
I mean,
we don't
depending
need
what
Timmy
the
to open up
coupon's
a
for,
coupon
you know.
for Kielty. That's not going to work.
Mommy, we get a
But-
free toilet. I actually
Put some
had a
candy in
kid.
there too.
I did have a kid ask Santa Claus for a toilet.
Did ya?
He wanted one of the ones that glow, like light up. I died. So you know what? Maybe we
Should
have a new.
contact,
Maybe
yeah.
Santa has a new, collaboration with you.
There we go.
Glowy
So if
toilets.
you are a business owner and you are
Just give me an idea.
interested, go ahead and reach out to me at marketing@rjkielty.com. Send me your logo. Once you drop off your eggs, your logo will be sent over to the event coordinators. We will be doing a huge sponsorship shout out. And again, it's fun. It's Easter. We got a huge turnout last year. So we have doubled down this year. We've really taken last year's shortcomings as the mapping for this year. We've got 3 different fields. It is separated by ages. We're going to have the kids line out after Tanner drops the eggs from a helicopter. Let's all say a little prayer for Tanner. He doesn't
Please.
fall
Say a
out.
little prayer for
Shout out to Joe Young. You know,
Yes,
he's going to
thank
be
you,
our
Joe.
pilot. So we're in good hands.
Please don't let Tanner fall out of the helicopter. We still need him.
and tape your
Yeah.
eggs.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Tape-
actually
yeah,
we
got
got
'em.
eggs this year that are wrapped so they do not come
Ooh,
apart. So I didn't
cool.
have to tape thousands
That
and
is
thousands
so
and thousands
cool.
of eggs.
Love
So
that.
anyways, it's going to be a great event, guys. Bring the kids. It's free. It'll be a safe environment. We have tons of vendors that are going to be there, a bounce house. And again, after the egg drop, we have the kickball tournament. And I don't know about you guys, but I deal with these local businesses and I'm really excited to watch them all go head to head in kickball.
How many injuries? What's the over and under on
yeah.
injuries?
Everyone's going to be
It's
going
rough.
down. I am not playing in this kickball tournament because I pulled my hamstring in the last one. What happened?
We're not gonna mention that. But maybe they'll let me jump in as like a celebrity. I can get a few people. I know it's not dodgeball, but
I'll bring the
or
Easter
not-
bunny.
what is it
We'll just
called?
like,
What's that
Yeah,
one
there we
game?
go.
Dodgeball?
We're gonna have the
Is
Easter
it
bunny there, I think.
dodgeball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Dodgeball.
There's one
Reagan.
where y'all stand in a line and you try to hit
That's
each other.
terrifying.
Dodgeball.
What I
You
do?
as the Easter bunny.
I am a sexy Easter bunny.
He's not good at
That's
catching
terrifying.
balls.
He's
Talk
a
about
funny
Halloween.
Easter bunny.
Wrong holiday.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
See, this is the real Jackie, everybody. She destroys me right here.
Like my big
all
brother.
the
This is
time.
the only
We are-
reason I
we're-
go to the meetings, honestly.
We're like from Schitt's Creek. We are the
Yes.
people from Schitt's Creek.
Who David?
Absolutely. Ugh, eat glass.
Well, they
But-
definitely
okay.
made an entertaining one today.
No, but that's honestly absolutely amazing for kids. I mean, what other chance? I don't think there's really any people are talking about. There's really no other places that's
There
going to
is-
be dropping
No.
There is none.
eggs from a helicopter in our
Yeah.
area.
And although you articulated it pretty
Yeah.
well, let me say this again. So they recognize all the shortcomings from the
Yes, we did.
past.
Yeah.
and we all just can't put people on one field. That's why there's going to be separate fields and then
Yep.
dropping
Per
eggs in
age.
separate fields
Yeah.
per age bracket. So have no fear, parents, but let's also set expectations. We don't know because this is the first year you are doing it this way as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there might be a shortcoming here or there. At the end of the day, you're giving your kids an experience. So let's be grateful in that Kielty's coming together and at the same time collaborating with Major League
Yeah.
and doing a kickball tournament at the same time. So there's a lot of stuff happening that day. But for you to bring your child free to an event where, lots going to be going on, a helicopter showing up and Easter eggs going to be dropped, those are core memories like
Yeah,
Jackie
just
was
have
talking about today, and
fun.
just have fun and
you know,
relax.
and something you can do too, you don't have to be a small business to donate eggs. Like
Nope.
Yep.
some
Yeah,
of my clients
sure.
watching, like if you just want to like get out and help the community, do your mitzvah.
That's us.
Yeah.
I had a group of women that are in like a church pray group that reached
Yeah.
out and they were like, we don't want any recognition. We're
Just
interested
wanna
in
help.
donating eggs so kids can
Yes.
have fun.
I want to say this. Last year, obviously we brought a ton of eggs and it wasn't
it was
enough.
not enough.
Yeah. Thousands of
But
eggs.
the kids, the positive thing about that, the kids that did have eggs, they were giving the other kids that
Oh,
didn't
They
have
were.
Yes,
I
they
saw
eggs,
that.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
putting in
Saw
their
that.
basket.
was really
You know what I
sweet
mean?
of
So
them.
that means so much.
It does.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's going to show that kid that didn't. This is what it's about. This is
Yeah.
sharing. This is
Because
caring.
those
This
kids
is
are
what Easter's
saying,
about.
I got out with my family. We had fun.
Wow.
Like I got to see a helicopter. Like make
Wow.
it like I always there was a quote I saw from a horse show actually, and it was memorize the moment.
Yep.
And I just love that.
I mean,
like,
I was in the field with my kids. My kid
it's
got one
not-
egg, but we
yeah.
still had a good
Oh.
time.
Literally,
Like, we
my
still
kids
had a
got
good
0
time.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
mind
I told
you-
them, like, if the other kids, I'm like, I don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't need to
I
get eggs.
spent
It's about other
weeks
people.
filling those
I'm
eggs.
glad you said that.
But I
Phil,
didn't
you're
walk
setting the
out
tone.
of
Yeah.
there. I didn't walk out of there feeling like, angry. I get why some people did. I get
Right.
that. But it was the moment. I had a day where I sat around with my family
That's
all
perspective.
together with
Day.
my kids,
Mhm.
and we enjoyed a day together. And we didn't spend a bunch of money. And my kids thought it was like the coolest thing ever to see my boss come in a helicopter and drop
Yeah.
Easter eggs on a
It's
field.
perspective
So
and mindset,
It
people.
is.
And if you
It
set
is.
your guidelines before you get there, maybe you won't be disappointed, right? And I would like to apologize and take a heat because I said there was $500 in one of the eggs last year.
Yes, he did.
So
Yeah.
all the rules changed immediately.
It
That
did
is not this
immediately.
year.
And all the parents are like, take them out,
Yep.
take them out.
Yep.
Take the little
Take
Susie
little
out.
Johnny out.
We are
But
not
I-
putting any money.
No
No
so-
money.
any eggs
And-
this year.
This is for the
And parents
kids.
are only going to be allowed on the 1
Yeah,
to
so
3,
the
or 1
1
to
to
4?
5,
1 to 5.
the 1 to 5 field, and it's one parent per child.
Yeah.
Okay, so every child that's going on the 1 to 5 will get a wristband, and they can have one parent who gets a wristband and will be allowed on the field with them, and that's it. And it might even work out better because then dad can take the
Yep.
child
The-
on the
the
field, mom
photos.
can get
Yeah.
the photos and
Yeah.
the memories of it, and it makes it safer for the kids out there, and it gives the kids an opportunity
Yes.
to have a good time. So
And it's okay. Like we don't have to have we have to teach our kids that we don't have to put all the eggs in one basket.
exactly.
No,
Like,
Good one.
my daughter, perfect example. Like we went to a horse show in October. This was during Halloween. My daughter, if you've ever heard of World Equestrian Center, it's this massive
Yeah,
hotel, beautiful facility. They have this one ring that is only used for like the big champions. Like
Mhm.
you can't go to these horse shows unless you've won a certain amount of horse shows. You have to get there, right? So my daughter did. She worked her butt off. She got her pony. It was their first year showing together. Like he was a baby, like worked her butt off. She got to the show. She was up against 9 kids. She came in last place. Came in with her first little pony up against these huge barns. And some of these kids in her class were 17.
Mhm.
And she comes out with her little ribbon and she looks at me. And this show has been her dream to show in this arena. And she looks at me and I was like waiting for like maybe for her to like cry. And I said, "You okay? You okay?" She goes, "That was awesome." And in that moment, I was like, good, because it isn't always about winning. It's about little goals you set for yourself. And back to being a small business owner, like set those little goals for yourself. You don't always have to be, memorize the moment, take it in, learn from your mistakes, but enjoy the moment. Like a lot of us in this community, we just get so wrapped up in like rapid fire, fast pace. We're always going, and we just don't take a second to just memorize the moment. Don't be angry. Calm down. Like chill. Like a lot of people
Love
with like
that.
Halloween and stuff. Like I had so many people that were dancing in cars. We were going up to the cars and like harassing their children, and the parents were just having a blast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even though they sat in the car for an hour,
Yeah.
having a great time. Like
You're
try
with
to
your kids.
try to just
Be present.
Yeah.
calm, be
Be present.
present, enjoy the moment.
Every year we're like, man, why do we do this? But then when we do it, we're
So
like,
We
true.
remember
this is
why we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is. I mean,
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
already
We're planning it now.
already
Yeah.
planning it. You
We're
know what
a
I
planning
lot
mean?
of work.
We're planning it
A lot
now.
of love.
And I will say
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot different this year, but I also do know that Tanner's looking at me, so wrap this up, and it's time
Yeah.
to wrap this up. I will tell you, Jackie, thank you.
You're
Absolutely
welcome.
awesome.
You're a
Yes,
great
thank
guest.
you, Jackie.
You did all the work
Thanks.
for us.
You
It's
did.
great.
Like this is. I would like. I wish a lot were like this because we have to carry people, Red Stall. But there's a lot of people we have to carry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I hope no one caught that, but they did. They'll catch it later. Fred Stall.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a phenomenal week, and we're gonna see you probably. Well, when is the thing? So we're not gonna. Are we gonna have a podcast before the egg drop or no?
Oh, and
No.
say the date.
No, it's every 2 weeks.
April
this is it.
19th.
Yeah.
What is the
Go.
times of
Say
the
it
egg
right
drop?
now. Go.
Um,
April
1
19th.
o'clock.
April
I think
19th.
it
drop.
starts at 1, so egg
Mhm.
drops at 1. I would definitely advise people getting there beforehand because, as we know, their parking is not the largest. So I would definitely say get there early. Try to get your parking spot
It's in
situ-
Starkey Ranch.
situated. Yeah, it is at Starkey's District Park. It's at the baseball field. Can't miss it, guys. Again, April 19th. If you want to be an egg sponsor, I need those by April 11th. And
We could even put the event page up on here.
Yeah.
We'll put the event page
yeah,
up on
absolutely.
here.
I'll go ahead and
So
tag
there's a
it.
bunch of content that's being added to that. And,
Mhm. We have
and
some
it-
really fun videos coming out.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming out, but we are wrapping this up. On behalf of Tanner Kielty, Ms. Taylor Hadley, the Wizard of Pods, Jesse is in the house, Ape Shots here, and of
Yep.
course, Jackie with Magical Memories. That was Kielty's podcast, Kielty's Corner. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.